Where are all my tackle junkies at? I know you're one of them. I'm definitely one of them. Guys, thanks for tuning into the video. We're kicking 2022 off with a new series. Now, we do a lot of gear reviews on this channel. We talk about rods, reels, tackle, depth finders, you name it. That's something that we're never, ever, ever going to stop doing. But we're going to switch things up a little bit this year in 2022. We're going to give you guys a little bit more on the water feedback. Does this stuff actually work? Does it perform? Does it catch fish? Should we keep it or should we get rid of it? So at this point, I really want to name the series Fish It or Ditch It, but I want you guys to stay tuned to the very end of the video because I've got some other names picked out and I could really use your feedback on it. This is an us channel. This is not a me channel. This channel is all about a community of anglers who want to become better fishermen. That's ultimately what this is all about. So let's kick it off. Let's get into it. We got a hot one for you right now. Stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll see you guys in a few. Wouldn't it be great if you could just pick up your favorite swim jig and make that a chatterbait? Well, you can, and that's what we're here to talk about today. Queen Tackle, the Switchblade. It's basically a chatterbait blade that you can attach to a swim jig. Turning your favorite swim jigs into a chatterbait is so simple, but not all swim bait jig heads work with the Switchblade. Nope, we've got our swim jig box. I fish a lot of 6-cent swim jigs, and I can tell you guys this, these Queen Tackle Switchblades do not work with 6-cent swim jigs. So hopefully it works with this guy. We're going to see, but I want to just show you guys how easy it is to put these Switchblades on in the field. We're going to try this today on a Dirty Jigs California swim jig. We're going to try it on Beast Coast swim jig, and swim jigs do I have in? We'll try it on this. Oh, I can't. That's not a vertical line tie. All right, guys. Here's some examples of a vertical line tie. These are what you're typically going to find on your swim bait jig heads. Occasionally, you will come across what's called a horizontal line tie. The Switchblade tackle will not work with a horizontal line tie. 6 cents, 6 cents, 6 cents, 6 cents. Told you guys I fish a lot of 6-cent swim jigs. Strike King. Let's find out if it'll work on a Strike King because these are pretty readily available. All right, so we've got our swim jigs and we've got our Switchblades. I'm going to try this. I'm going to start this off with the California swim jig. Our end product is going to look like this. This egg snap is going to be here on the outside, and our jig is going to be like that. If you guys look carefully, you can see here, this little pin and this piece of metal and this piece of metal are folded over and they're holding this rod down. So what we need to do is we need to open this up, then this little rod will pop out there, and then we pop on our swim jig. Might need to open it a little bit more. All right, so swim jigs rods popped out. Grab our swim jig. It's literally this easy. Slide it on there. And you've got to put that rod back in. There you go. Close it up. Close it up. Now, the question is, will it chatter? All right, let's tie up the other two and then we'll do a test on the water. All right, so we got Dirty Jigs tied up. Let's see if she chatters. She chatters like a champ. Not only does she chatter, she hunts. And what I mean hunts, she doesn't come back perfectly straight. On the retrieve, she's coming back like this, which is really what I'm looking for. And she chatters really, really well. That's the Dirty Jigs California swim jig. Let's see if the other ones are just as good. Beast Coast, come on, baby. I really want this guy to chatter. doesn't do it for me. It's not chattering the way that I want it to. It's definitely got a delay. That's a bummer. We're gonna try the Strike King now. I don't think this guy's gonna chatter. Let's find out. That chatters really, really, really well. It doesn't hunt. It comes back in a straight retrieve, but that's really good to know. I was really surprised that this head shape got it done, but that's awesome. All right, guys, so I was telling you I use a lot of 6 cent swim jigs. 6 Cents makes 2 different kinds of swim jigs. They make their standard, which is here, and then they make a braid, which is here. And just looking at these guys, they have a slightly different head shape. So they still have that keel, but I know for sure these don't work. I'm gonna try it on this braid swim jig and see if it does. It swims and it hunts. This swim jig and the California swim jig have some serious hardware on them. The best thing about the 6 Cents is that it's got the screw lock keeper. So your trailers really stay put. But I'm really pumped that it works on the 6 Cents braid swim jig, because you can flip that thing into all kinds of cover and not have to worry about that hook bending out. That's sweet. The best part about this, in my opinion, all of these jigs have weed guards. So you're able to throw these jigs around heavy cover more without the fear of losing your chatterbait. The 2 biggest things, the Dirty Jigs hunts, and that might be due to the head shape, short and compact. The Strike King does not, and that's narrow and slender. I would probably throw this in the winter more, and I'd probably throw this in the warmer water months. We're looking for more action in the warmer water months, and we're looking for less action in the colder water months. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you guys are thinking about picking up some of these queen tackle switchblades, I think it's a good investment. Just make sure you've got the right swim jigs that are gonna pair up with it, because they won't work with every single one. Order some of your favorite swim jigs and go from there. Who doesn't love fishing a chatterbait in the pre-spawn for big, thick bass? I know I definitely do. Those queen tackle switchblades are fire, and I can't wait for the ice to melt so I can start hopping a chatterbait off the bottom and looking for some big pre-spawn bass. So guys, if you fished the queen tackle switchblade before, drop some comments down below. What swim jigs did you fish it on? Especially let us know if it was one that was not featured in this video. That way everybody can get in on it and we can start sharing that information. Now let's get to the naming of this video. Right, in the beginning of the video, you guys heard me tell you that I want to name it Fish It or Ditch It. But I've got some other names, and I want you to leave me some feedback down below on what you think we should call it. If you guys outvote Fish It or Ditch It, we're gonna change the name of it. So 1, Fish It or Ditch It. 2, Send It or Lend It, because if you don't want it, you're gonna lend it to somebody and never ask for it back. 3, Throw It or Stow It, because if you don't want to use it, you're gonna stash it until you can get rid of it. 4, Bass or Pass. So let me know, what should we call it? Drop some comments down below. And if you guys outvote Fish It or Ditch It, we're gonna change the name of the series. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys got some gold nuggets of information out of this video, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and click that subscribe button, because that tells YouTube, hey, we really like this content, and it's gonna tell YouTube to pass this along to other people in the YouTube verse, and I would really appreciate that. But more importantly, smash that subscribe button, become part of this community, and let's all work on becoming better anglers. I've got some more tackle to tinker around with, and I gotta work on figuring out what's gonna be the next Fish It or Ditch It video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you when I'm looking at you.
Fish biting in this stuff?
I'm testing out some gear.
Oh.